Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading for mid-February right through to mid-March 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your twin flame reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, please look up online what it means to be in a twin flame connection, because if anyone is mentally, physically, or emotionally abusive towards you, that is not a twin flame connection. It's more likely to be a false flame, and it will drain you of your beautiful love and waste your wonderful time, of course. Now, the first pile is going to be your pile, the second pile will be your person's pile, and the third pile is the unified energy of how things are coming together. Now, twin flames, they are magnetic, of course. You're drawn to your person and they are drawn to you. There is love there. I want you to be aware of that. But twin flames are a spiritual awakening rather than an actual physically romantic connection. Now, of course, they can be very physical, very intense, and very romantic. And some twins, they come together and they get married. Others, they separate for a period of time. There tends to be a runner, a chaser, and a separation period. And of course, some twins are better off as friends as well. So it depends on your personal dynamic, but it's an actual relationship that is catalytic. And what I mean by that is it prepares you to release lower vibrational energy that keeps people stuck in fear, okay? And that's for you and your person. Twin flames, they are mirrored relationships. You and your twin are part of the same energetic vibration, so that's why there's a lot of projected energy that goes on and the push and pull in a dynamic. But twin flame, you know, it's a spiritual awakening, and it helps us release fear, addictive patterns, unhealthy attachments, and it's a very intense inner vibrational transformation, but it is one that is a personal journey of discovery, and it must be done alone, and that's why it triggers both parties to have a separation period. And once we discover our true purpose and embrace unconditional love, because we cannot love another person until we fully love ourselves first, only then can the reunion process really start to take place. And then, you know, you enter into a sustainable relationship, a healthier relationship with your twin. Now, you know, a twin flame connection, it's a sacred union as the result, should we say, of a difficult experience in life. Twin flames, they tend to have had a very challenging and sometimes traumatic experience before they even meet their twin. And it can indicate that basically both parties need some sort of healing before they can truly come together. Twin flames, they actually trigger each other's pain in order to heal each other. And I know that sounds counterproductive, but it's important to recognize that sometimes a healer is not a person who you go to for healing. It can be a person who triggers things within ourselves in order to heal ourselves, to really step up and take accountability and kind of like step into our personal power and strength. So a twin flame, it is that sort of dynamic. Now, there tends to be a runner, a chaser, and a separation period, okay? And both parties, they reflect back to each other their greatest strengths, but also their greatest weaknesses, okay? And the twin flame's presence is basically to amplify these areas to promote healing, personal growth, and transformation. And, the twin who is the chaser, they tend to be more spiritually evolved or ready to enter into a very intimate, deep process to face fears and still connect to the union regardless. And of course, the runner tends to be avoidant, avoids their feelings out of fear, low self-worth, perhaps even like reluctant to get involved in something due to a previous traumatic experience. Now, trauma is a very complex subject, of course, and humans are very complex as well. And sometimes we make decisions based on trauma and fear, and trauma doesn't always make a person like stronger. It can affect this kind of like nervous system. You know, it can affect our fight or flight responses. It can actually, you know, make a person hypervigilant. And sometimes, especially when people have gone through a very traumatic experience, it costs them a lot to survive. So it can be that they went through an experience before you even meet your twin, and getting involved in a high-level commitment means being vulnerable again. It means, you know, connecting and merging with another person. So they may take a long time to reflect on whether they want to do it, or, you know, they have a triggered response and they sort of run for the hills. So I'm not here to give anyone an excuse or a way out. I'm here to discuss the dynamics of what I can see in this connection right now, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to be really honest about what I see and the energy that's coming out there. It's very important to recognize that, you know, sometimes humans, they can really surprise us, and I feel like you're someone who's a very good judge of character, my beautiful Scorpio, so you probably know that already. But some people ask, why don't twins just say how they feel, get over themselves, and just commit to a union? But actually, it's more delicate than that. You know, when you have someone who's had some sort of traumatic experience, whether it's from childhood, whether it's something in their adulthood, you know, twin flames, they deeply care for each other, and the depth of love can also be a trigger. And if they've got a fearful emotion about something, it comes to the surface, and it can actually trigger unhealed responses where they kind of like fall back into a cycle of repeat in order to protect themselves. So this can be on both sides. There can be a runner, a chaser. Also, there can be two runners, for example. So please apply the dynamic to your energy. I'm going to, of course, tap into each person's energy and the outcome energy of what is to come, of course. But I just wanted you to be aware that nobody should ever wait for another person, because two people means two separate journeys. And whilst you may be ready to surrender to this union, your person may not be. And it's important to recognize that waiting will actually perpetuate the cycle. I always describe twin flames like magnets. You are both part of the same energy field. So you attract each other, but you also propel each other. There is that space in between. It's magnetic, but there's a lot of unhealed responses in between, and both parties must remain separate for a certain period of time. Those magnets, they're drawn to each other. They want each other, but the space in between means something has been left unhealed and the vibrations need to change. So if the chaser keeps reaching out to their person, you know, they will perpetuate the cycle because the space will always remain the same. The healing has not been done. So what happens is the chaser needs to put all of that love, care, devotion, and sometimes obsession into themselves and into their life's mission. You know, twin flames tend to be separated on purpose so they can focus on their life purpose path. Each twin tends to have a mission, so it can be that you're separate for those reasons as well, but it's really a journey of self-discovery, and as soon as you do that, you know, the vibrations change and the dynamics change, and your person is closer and closer, and it actually forces them to either step up or step out in the union and transform their own dynamic as well. Very complex. There's a lot going on, of course, but a big part of becoming an adult, as we all know, is unlearning and reprogramming any behaviors taught to us by people who were unhealed themselves or even unaware that they had toxic patterns and generational wounding. So it can be that two twins, they actually have had very similar journeys, and they have certain traits that they emulate. Remember, it's a mirrored response relationship. So it can be that, you know, both of you feel each other deeply, but you're holding a mirror up to the other person. And whilst you're looking in a mirror of all the things within yourself that needs to be healed and, you know, loved a little bit harder, so is your twin. And if they've been running their whole life and they are shown a mirror of all their hopes and fears and all the things that perhaps they've been avoiding for a long time, suddenly the fight or flight response is triggered and they'll have a response to it. But if they are healed, they'll have a response to it, but they'll stick around to face it, or they will seek help in order to not sabotage themselves. But it depends on the level of maturity, and that's across the board in all humans, okay? Again, very complex, but let's see what's going on with your dynamic. We've got the Scythe. Oof, I'm hearing a huge song right now. Whoa, this is so intense. I wish you could hear what I can hear. Ooh, I got true chills here. Okay, it's classical music is what I'm hearing, and it's Lacrimosa Mozart. Okay, I mean, I think that's like connected to Requiem. Like, I mean, this is a song that actually is very connected to this Scythe. The Scythe is to cut something short, dead. It's over, okay? So some of you, it's like you have been grieving this person. You've wept for this person, but it's over. You've put this relationship to bed. It's done. You can't see how it can be any other way. So it can be that whilst there's still love and devotion and passion and intensity for this person, it's like you needed to sever this because you felt that you gave this person ample opportunity to really step up, and they haven't, okay? I mean, the Scythe is an indication that this got cut short very quickly. So it can be that it presented a bit of a shock to you in some way. It's something that really started to grow into something very special, a lot of depth there. But that song, Mozart's Lacrimosa, I feel it's about weeping, lamenting. Okay, now this may be something that you're going to hear, or maybe you've just been submerging yourself in classical music perhaps, so please take it as it resonates. You may hear this song either on a movie or perhaps on a reel, or maybe in a car, someone may be playing it, for example, or maybe you're going to a concert, for example, and you're going to hear that specific song. This can indicate that you're doing a lot of cathartic purging of emotions right now. You're letting it all out. You're grieving this because you feel it's done. It's over. You cannot go back, okay? I mean, we got the King of Wands, which means you're influencing your situation right now. It means you're very passionate. There's a lot of physical intensity with this person as well. You know, a lot of chemistry with this person, a lot of intense passion for this person. But with that Four of Pentacles, I feel like you need to be on a solid foundation right now. You've waited for this person, you invested in this person, but Four of Pentacles can indicate that the wait means that you're going to let life pass you by, and you're not here to wait for no person. So I feel there is this energy of you wanting to turn your life around and feel it is over. It has to be. There's just no other way for you right now in this situation. So this can indicate that you're trying to remove them by clearing your energy or cleansing. Some of you have even tried to cut a cord. You can cut a cord with your twin. I want you to be aware of that. It's a process. It's hard to do, okay? But you can cut a cord. There's only ever one twin flame in your lifetime, but you can have several soulmates. So some of you may be thinking about opening yourself up to a soulmate, for example. I feel a lot of you, it's like you're sorting the wheat from the chaff in your life. You're doing a lot of decluttering personally, and I feel that you're trying to stop yourself from reaching out to this person. I mean, there's times here where you're physically drawn to this person, or there is the lament, like the yearning for this person. Don't get me wrong. I feel like there's still a lot of passion, a lot of feeling here. But I feel some of you are trying to remove this person from your energy. And I feel like you're being quite strict with yourself as well. And I get an energy that it's like you're trying to have a hold on your heart, okay? So that you don't connect to this person. It's very sudden. So this can be that, you know, the separation was very sudden and it really shocked you, okay? You thought you were secure in this relationship. You thought that you would be with this person forever. You could see a future with this person is what I see there. And there is an energy here as well with this card of like, not just abrupt and shocked, but I feel like you may have even seen a red flag with this person. I'm getting strong codependency with this person as well, because they've got the Four of Cups and they've got the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh. And you've got the Two of Cups here. I mean, Scorpio, there is some stuff going down in this. What I mean by that is This person knows that you're meant to be together, okay? Both of you are very intense together. There's a lot of passion, a lot of physical connection there, but also you meet each other on a spiritual plane. There's something about this that this person feels a little bit fearful of, because they do have the moon energy here, which means, you know, this depth of feeling, this intensity has really triggered something within them where they've never felt anything like this before. So they're like, what kind of like witchcraft is this? You know, I'm really getting this energy of, it's like you've put a spell on this person and like nothing or nobody else can come close to how they feel with you. But also there's something about this person where they feel that, is it sustainable? Is this something that's going to be an intense hit for them and then they cannot sustain it, or that you're going to leave them, for example, because they have a lot of fear here, okay? This person with the moon energy, I would say this person, they're very much in the ebb and flow of their feelings, so quite inconsistent. We'll pull some cards on it, but they see you as a match. And the outcome energy, we got 2 of Cups here. So you're like, it's done. I'm never seeing this person again. I feel it's a very protective measure. I always feel it's very important to recognize if someone is not treating you in a certain way, then of course you have to honor yourself and step back. So you are kind of like withdrawing from this person, or have withdrawn from this person. You have cut it short because you're like, I can't do this. I can't repeat this cycle. It's just wasting my time. And I'm also getting an energy here that, so you've got a 2 of Cups here, and you've also got a 9 of Pentacles. So this can indicate that there's a choice. You can be together, you'll reunite, but the 9 of Pentacles also indicates that both of you need to feel independent and free. So it can be that you have a relationship on your own terms in the future, but also I feel there's still a lot of work to be done. So I feel, you know, the separation period is on purpose in this particular connection. Now, it's number 10, which is, of course, endings, but also it is a Wheel of Fortune energy. So you know that you are destined to meet this person, and the way you conduct your life now has literally changed. So this person is the catalyst for change. Some of you, it could be to really look at some childhood wounding, okay? Because the outcome energy, we've got the child, and we've also got the rider. So it can indicate that either you or this person, when you were younger, you were abandoned, or there's abandonment issues there. It could be, for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, it could be that you had a parent leave, perhaps, or someone who is inconsistent came in and out of your life. Also, for some of you, I'm getting an energy that either you or this person, there's a child involved. So it could be that, for example, and this is a very sensitive topic, and I'll just leave it like this because I'm not really qualified to talk about it. For some of you, there could have been a miscarriage there as well. That's coming through strongly. And it could have like changed dynamics, or, you know, heightened emotions there as well. It's nothing to do with the relationship and the separation. That's what I'm seeing. I feel it goes deeper than that. I feel whatever is coming through in this connection, it's from childhood. Okay, and it can indicate that parents or guardians separated when your person was younger, and they learnt very early that love leaves. It eventually leaves. That's what this person is giving me in their energy, but I will pull a card on it. Let's come back to your energy here. We have that King of Wands. So I feel that, you know, there was a lot of kind of like inspiration in this connection, a lot of like physical attraction, but also intensity. I mean, this is you like taking charge and being bold and daring. And this is not a gender specific reading. It indicates that you knew what you wanted in this connection and you went for it. You know, you like merged with this person, maybe even felt like you were losing a piece of yourself in this connection as well. And I feel this person also felt the same. And that's why there is a very independent card at the end there, which is like, both of you tend to lose yourselves in this hypnotic kind of bond that you have, but this person is scared of it. And you're not. That's what I'm being given here, okay? So I would also kind of want to reiterate here, if anyone has told you that you're too intense or you're too emotional or too anything, it means they're not enough for you in that moment. They're projecting their feelings, okay? And I feel it's that they're overwhelmed by their feelings for you. There's a lot of feeling here going on, okay? But also I feel when they first met you, there was an apathy. And I'm not really sure where this has come from. They felt very unfulfilled in life, and then they met you, and you were the spark. You were the potential of all that can be. So they felt like they were invincible, or they could do anything by your side, but still I feel they're haunted by something that robs them of this feeling. I'm not really sure what that is. Maybe they've talked to you about it. I'm going to pull some cards on it and find out what it is. But I mean, deep down, both of you know that you were meant to meet each other, and deep down, both of you know that you're meant to be together again in the future, okay? Now, I'm not someone who's setting you up for false hope here at all. I feel there's a lot of passion. You think about this person in a very sort of spiritual and physical way a lot, and this person also does the same. They've got Queen of Wands energy here, so I feel like this is how they feel about you, and this is how you feel about them. That's what each pile is about. You feel that this person cut things short, okay? There may have even been some sort of family influence there going on. It's almost like I'm getting, you feel this person, they played it safe. They ran away from their emotions and they played it safe. That's what's coming out there. And they're looking at you like you are hypnotic. You are magnetic. There is something about you that is like no other. You have some sort of hypnotic power over them with that Queen of Wands energy. But also I'm feeling, you know, that they think you get a lot of attention. And I feel like you do. Okay, and I feel they were also scared that you get a lot of attention because they felt deep down, can they hold your attention? Will you move away from them? Because the moon energy is an ebb and flow energy. So it's like, you know, an overwhelming sense of emotions and then the withdrawal. So I'm just getting an energy here of withdrawing, and it feels very immature in the energy. So either you and this person kind of did it. So it could be that you were falling deep for this person and suddenly you put the brakes on a little bit to assess how you feel. It may have even been brief, but remember, we're all energy. Even the slightest kind of like, what's the word I want here? The slightest kind of like hesitation, because you're just thinking about it, they can feel it. So if one person takes a step back, then the other one does. And then the other one takes an even bigger step back because they just felt the other person step back, and suddenly you're at stalemate. So I feel something like that went down in this connection at some point right at the beginning. But I feel it was a misunderstanding because both parties actually felt very deeply for each other, and you were willing to go for it, but they, I feel, were a little bit shyer or a little bit insecure with it, is what I'm seeing there, okay? So I feel like you've made some bold moves in this connection. You told this person how you feel. I feel like, you know, you were always there for this person. I'm also getting an energy here of you thought this person was like super confident. They're presenting as all this bluster, okay? When actually underneath there's a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. This person, you know, they tend to self-sabotage as well. But they're very inconsistent in their emotions. And the moon energy can represent confusion, okay? But when it's partnered with the Four of Cups here, it's like they felt they could never make you happy. Don't shoot the messenger when I say this. As I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I have to give you the energy I get. And I feel it comes more from a place of their own fears, that they felt like they were not enough. Okay? And I feel that's a big part of this person's trauma, that they were not enough. Okay? It's like you may have felt the big bravado, but underneath there's this kind of like person who feels like they just don't have the answers, and they felt that you were so confident, or you presented a life where you felt like you had it all together. Even if you didn't, my beautiful Scorpio, this is what this person is seeing on the outside because of the cards that are presented here. It's like they feel like you've got it all together, but actually, you know, they're in their head feeling like they cannot match where you were at in your life and what they could offer you. This person feels like not just avoidant of emotions, because I feel this person actually, they've been running away from something their whole life with that Four of Cups and the moon. There's some experience that they had where they felt that they were not worthy of either love, because the Four of Cups can be all about emotions, and it's like they were always let down or always disappointed, or they're trying to understand why, you know, life has discouraged them in some way, or they had an expectation and it wasn't met. So I feel this person actually expected to be with you long term as well, but their fears got in the way. They felt very overwhelmed there. And I mean, you've got the Four of Pentacles. You actually kind of like provided a very safe place for this person to be themselves, to open up, to settle down with you, okay? And you created that strong foundation there, but also, you know, you're learning in the separation period that your happiness is not tied up with another person. And yes, for some of you with that King of Wands, this can be a very intense, passionate kind of like motivated energy that may have even bordered sometimes on obsession with this person. You couldn't stop thinking about this person, but you're promising yourself that you can't do this anymore because you feel that waiting only wastes your time and that time is short on this planet. So with that Four of Pentacles can be a cautionary tale that you're not letting life pass you by being strict with yourself and saying, okay, I'm just going to wait for this one person. So I feel like you're trying to loosen up a little bit more, open yourself up to possibilities because you're super attractive. I mean, you are magnetic, and this can indicate that yes, you do get a lot of attention. Some of you may be actually invited to an event where you can meet new people because there is a relationship coming up here, but I will pull a card on it. And I feel with this Four of Pentacles, in your separation period with this person, I feel like you're learning that you're not just here to be someone else's emotional crutch. Okay, when you think about the nature of the moon, this is all about hidden fears, but also it can be that this person saw you as, and I've mentioned this before, they may have seen you as their lighthouse in their storm. So you were the lighthouse in their storm, okay? They came to you when there was trouble. They came to you for this high intensity feeling. It's almost like this person, it's like you or drug to this person, okay? And they want it, but then suddenly they get scared of it or they feel like they're losing themselves in this relationship and they needed to step back. A lot of this was two very ambitious people. So it could be that this person kind of like gave the excuse of their career or something that they needed to do before they settled down and had like love, for example. So together, both of you are a very passionate power couple. And you may have even worked in the same industry or had some sort of shared goal. It doesn't have to be the same industry. It could be that you're both very ambitious, very passionate about what you do. And it's like, in order to be the best at it, you had to feel like you were all consumed in that industry or that career or that mission. And it left no time for love. Okay, so that's coming out there. Very complex relationship that I'm picking up. It may not resonate with everyone, of course, but I have to honor it. Now, Four of Pentacles, you're looking to settle down. You want to be in a secure relationship. You wanted it to be with this person, but now you're not so sure. You're feeling that you have to end this in order to find security elsewhere. And in so doing, you're finding security in yourself, okay? I feel, yes, you want to settle down and have a long-term relationship, and I mean, this is a card of long-term security, and I feel like you presented that to this person, but they cut it short. And I'm also getting energy because, of course, Four Pentacles can be practical achievement. It can be business-related there, power, influence, you know, but also it can indicate that there's something going on between this dynamic where you and this person, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, it's like a control energy going on and a codependency at the same time. It's like, I need, or I must have. I don't know. It's almost like both of you are like wanting to consume each other. That's what I'm getting in this reading, which is so random, but that's something I'm picking up on, okay? It's like devouring each other, but also it's like needing to come up for air and live life and do like practical things as well. So I'm just getting a dynamic where both of you, it's like you both can't stop thinking about each other. You feel like you want to be with each other. It's kind of like separating the thoughts of needing a person, because you don't need a person, okay? That's what that Nine of Pentacles represents. That both of you, you know, you're learning to be by yourself. You're learning to enjoy your own single life or solitude. You know, this is a card of focusing on your projects, being practical, but it's also, you know, about you being fabulous, having self-assurance, confidence. And I feel this person that you're dealing with, there's a little bit of self-loathing with this person. okay, or feeling like they're not enough, or they cannot give you what they feel like you need, even though you're like, I just want your love, I just want to be with you, you know. And I feel like there is a communication to be had in that very sort of topic there. But I feel both of you needed to be separate in order to learn to live by yourself or learn to be by yourself. So it could be that you and your person, maybe in the past you went from relationship to relationship. For some of you, it's not like that at all, but I'm just getting this energy of both of you need to be separate in order to understand what it is that you want and, of course, what you don't want. And it can indicate that both of you are looking for a safe relationship. These two cards, this is a card of safety as well, you know, when you apply it to a twin flame connection. And the Two of Cups is like both of you are searching for a safe relationship where both of you actually are presenting it to each other. But due to past hurts or generational wounding, both of you have got caught up in a cycle of fear. And I feel more than anything, you were willing to push past those feelings, my beautiful Scorpio, and say, look, this is me. Take me as I am. I'm open and, you know, I'm willing to do this. And your person was like, nope. I feel like their fears got triggered to such a high degree, they felt overwhelmed by it. But I do feel that your person, because they do have the moon energy, I feel like this person has started opening up the door to the subconscious mind to really do a lot of reflecting, okay? I feel this person is trying to reprogram their self-sabotaging energy, okay? I feel like this person is trying to romance their life a little bit more. I also feel that this person, they've been drifting or coasting or feeling a bit lost in life. And the one sure thing, and they may even have a conversation about this with you, the one sure thing is you. Because the one thing that they still feel the same about is you. Okay, and they're going to have that conversation, and they really do mean it, is what I see there as well, okay? Now, of course, the moon energy, it can indicate that this person is uncovering some hidden emotions. They're really looking at things. You know, this is the card of the unseen, the illusion. Fear presents an illusion. Fear, when you break it down, false evidence appearing real. Sometimes we need to go to the root cause of what is making us fearful. And with that Four of Cups there, this person is thinking. They're dissecting. They're looking at their expectations, how they were not met, how they sabotage the connections, or their experiences. Doesn't always have to be to do with, you know, the twin flame connection. It can be that this person, you know, they're searching for something that they feel like they couldn't find. But also, I feel when it was presented to them, they refused it because they felt like they were not enough to receive it. And that's the measure of a person who does not feel like they love themselves fully, okay? And I feel like this person has had to learn that or is trying to learn that, okay? You know, the moon is number 32. When you reduce it, 3 plus 2 is 5, and that is the number of challenge. But it's also the number of the Hierophant, which is connected to marriage or the institution of high-level commitments, learning about oneself. Only when you love yourself fully can you offer another person love. So I feel this person, there's something in and around marriage or the sort of institution of a high-level commitment, like forever, that this person doesn't trust or they feel very uncertain about it. The moon is a very uncertain energy. So I'm just going to pull a card on that just to see what that is for you. And this person, I'm also getting a high degree of depression with this person, okay? I'm not medically trained to talk about that, so I'm just going to leave that there. But these two cards can be someone who's a very deep thinker, but also something in their life triggered a measure of depression. And it's like they tend to go through periods of feeling really low energy or dark thoughts, for example, and then intense moments of highs. And that's why I feel they got caught up in this cycle of codependency or feeling that love is a drug, or that you present that drug to them, that instant hit of dopamine, of, you know, feeling great. But then it's like they're either haunted by something from the past and it kind of pulls them back into a usual cycle, or it is their fear. So let me just pull a card and see what this moon energy. You know, the moon energy also indicates that this person is true to themselves. And what I mean by that is that this person, if they feel something, rather than logically kind of sometimes talking it out or expressing it, they will go on their gut instinct. They'll say, okay, I feel something's off here. I feel a fear, so I'm going to remove myself. going to withdraw. So this person, there's an energy, and I don't like the blame game, and I'm not here to give anyone an excuse in this connection or dynamic, but I feel this person, they looked at you like you've got a lot of attention, or you draw a lot of people's interest, and they thought that at a moment's notice you could just disappear. So in order to remain in control, that's why I've got this sense of control about this person. In order to remain in control, they thought the best thing to do is to push you away or withdraw from you, because it's better to have taken back the power and, you know, push their twin away rather than lose their twin. It's like they made the decision to remain in control, because I feel this person has not been in control in the past. So let me just see. We've got the Nine of Cups. So it's about their hopes and wishes, of course. Nine of Cups is like to feel fulfilled, to feel content, okay? And I'm pulling a card to clarify the Moon card, High Priestess, and the Eight of Pentacles. This person felt it was right to withdraw in order to work on themselves. Eight of Pentacles is repair work, but it also is a cycle of repeat that I feel that even they are getting a little bit bored of, okay? Because the Four Cups is boredom as well. It can be disenchantment that, you know, they expect to offer you this high-level commitment, or they expect to come in strong and romantic and passionate, but somehow they just fall back into a cycle of repeat. And Eight is the number of the self, but also Eight of Pentacles can indicate, you know, a repetitive cycle where this person, they enjoy their own time, this person does, but they needed to learn more about themselves. Also, I feel for some of you, not all of you, as I said, there's like a very spiritual bond between you both, but I do feel there's something about this person's belief system as well. So it could be, you know, a religious belief for some of you. My readings are not about that, so please apply it to your situation. That could be something that influences connection, but the High Priestess is a very cautious energy. So it can indicate that this person, they withdraw into self, do a lot of overanalyzing, and it can throw up some fears. And it's almost like when they feel like they've got the best thing ever, they got a wish. You know, this is the wish fulfillment card. They are feeling that you are like their wish come true in a relationship, but then the fear set in, and then they go to being by themselves, to work on themselves, or to submerge themselves in work. Okay, so if you are in a career right now, my beautiful Scorpio, and your person is, it could be that this person has submerged themselves into work. Also, if you're retired, for example, it could be that this person, they just submerge themselves and get lost in their projects, okay? It's like they feel really content with their life to some degree, but also I get a sense here that they're haunted by something, okay? And they feel like they need to repair it, or they feel like they cannot connect to a relationship until it is repaired. So we've got the Queen of Wands here, which means this person knows that they are perfect for you, and vice versa, that they're so attracted to you, you are magnetic, they are inspired by you, there's a deep sensuality, you have a lot of dignity, they really admire you as well, is what I'm being given. But also, they see you as quite outgoing. You know, they do understand your sensitive side, that you can be like an ambivert, outgoing and also introverted there. But also I feel, you know, you're so fun-loving, but also it's like they see you as like super confident, or more confident than they are. And they know that you know your worth. And I do see that they see you as a homemaker as well, as a career person. You know, it's like they see you as having the balance of all. But I need to pull a card on this and see why. If these two cards are presenting right now as both of you feel intensely for each other, you know that you're destined to be together. What is this Four Cups about? What's the Moon about for this person? So the Four Cups, it can indicate that they're going to surprise you, okay? That they're going to come forward just when you're getting busy living life. You've cut this person off, you've withdrawn, and you're like, not doing this anymore. Suddenly they come in and be like, here I am, okay? Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. This is a very immature energy that's coming through, okay? So it could be that this person, there is codependency in this person's energy. It's something they've learnt from childhood, something they witnessed with their parents or guardians. Number one, I feel like this person, had an absent parent, okay? This may be something that they told you about, but also I feel the matriarchal type figures or the feminine guardian of this person is what I'm seeing as well. They were super emotional about this, of course, a very unhealed person, but they were just dealing with life as well. Sometimes we don't have a manual of how to do life, but of course we're adults and we make our decisions, and we have to accept that there are going to be repercussions based on our decisions. And I feel this person, looking at the energy, I feel like they do want to talk to you, but I also feel like they are aware that something from their childhood made them feel very mistrustful of love in the first place. But also, it's like their parent or guardian, and I can't tell whether it was the masculine or feminine side, and it really doesn't matter, it's not a gender-specific reading, but it's almost like they were told from a very young age, don't get caught up in love. It's a messy business. Don't do it until you have your career sorted, or don't, success first, love later. And they may have even kind of like suggested this person marries for money or something like that, marries up, random, very sort of archaic viewpoint, but that's something that's coming out there as well. Okay, so I just have to honor it because it's come through. I'm being given this song, okay, and this is definitely connected to Now, this song is very slow. It actually really strangely complements the song that I just heard a moment ago by Mozart, because there's a little bit of a classical element to it, but it's very slow. It's very deliberate. I feel it's a cover of a song, actually. I'm just hearing, and it's very slow, I want you to want me. I need you to need me is what I'm being given. And I'm being given as well that it's by the moderns. It's that version of it. Very slow, very purposeful, very lamentful as well. So I do see this person, because they've got the Queen of Wands there as well, I'm just getting this energy that this person, they fall in love with the idea of love, but they need to be needed. And just when they feel like they need to be needed, they're reminding themselves of their fear almost that they don't feel enough, like they cannot provide. Very complex person you've got here. They talk themselves out of situations. They're very inconsistent in their energy. And I feel like they are aware that they sabotage themselves as well, okay? So listen out for that song. Very random. You may hear that song. It's very slow. Both songs are very hurtful songs, or they seem very like grieving songs. So I feel this person may have been hurt before. It's like a past experience has influenced this connection, and it's prevented them from like opening up and saying, look, I'm in love with you. And in so doing, they've lost you. Okay. I mean, it's very important to, got the Chariot card, the Temperance card. Okay. Now this person may have moved as well. So they may tell you about a move is what I'm seeing there. The Chariot card indicates they want to overcome an obstacle. And the Temperance card indicates that this person, it's like they have one foot in their emotions, just like the Temperance card, one foot in the water and one foot on dry land. This person, it's like they dip their toe into love and then they get scared or overwhelmed. But I do feel this person, both of you were propelled to focus on your sense of purpose, because the Temperance card is all about that. But I feel right now they're re-examining their priorities of how they loved and lost you. They let you go, okay? And basically, life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. So these are two cards that indicates this person is reflecting on their choices and how it affected the outcome. And they realize they need to change, right? And I feel like your intentions were very pure, my beautiful Scorpio. So in that, in itself, it's like you didn't lose anyone. They lost you, and they know it. Okay, that's something that's coming out with that as well. Okay, and I feel like because we have that Four of Pentacles for you, I feel like you are the most permanent person in your life, and you've chosen you because you are fed up with the cycle of repeat with this person, and because the sort of immature energy that I'm getting, I feel like this person expected you to chase them, because the Chariot card can be like a chasing card, you know. So I feel like because that lyric is like, I'm trying to dissect it as best as I can. I'll always be honest, and if I feel like I'm not hitting it, I'm not just going to make something up for you. I'm going to give you everything that comes through there. But, you know, I want you to need me, or I want you to want me. It feels very needy in its energy, and the moon can be a very needy energy. And there's no judgment on that. You know, sometimes we are needy. We are human. Sometimes we feel like, you know, the world is against us and we just need someone to say it's going to be okay. And I feel this person, you know, if you think about the moon cannot shine all by itself. It requires the sun in order to illuminate. And I feel this person, there's an energy of them feeling from a very young age, either they were told or they were made to feel like they were not enough, that they needed something else to kind of like prop them up. So it's like, you know, if a parent said marry for money and not love, for example, it's like that parent is saying love is not enough. You're not enough to just marry for love. You know, you want to marry up. You want to get money. It just feels like this person's confidence has been damaged from a very young age, and they've been trying to reconnect to a part of themselves, but still it haunts them. That Four of Cups, it indicates there's something here that they are looking at right now where, you know, this feeling has come from, and I feel it's from the very beginning. But also I feel this person has loved and lost in the past, and they may have told you that they loved and lost, and somehow this person has equated love with pain. And you understand that, my beautiful Scorpio, because you have been going through that as well. So I feel to some degree both of you understand each other, but now how do you move forward after this? We've got the Rider, of course. Now, because we got two cards here, which is unusual, normally I'm taking one for this, I feel it is your energy and theirs, okay? So I feel like you've withdrawn from this, you're moving away from this, you're like riding off into the sunrise, not the sunset. I feel like you're looking to follow a path towards your happiness. The Rider can also indicate that, you know, you are going to have some movement and improvement in this relationship, because this is the outcome. So it can indicate that you're going to receive a message. Okay, this is a card that highlights an arrival of a person or a message, and then it's like you take action based on that. But because this Rider has their back turned, it could be that you may think about ignoring this person at first, or, I mean, both your cards have like wheat and chaff and everything in there. So it could be that you are going to really work out whether you feel it's worth reconnecting to this person or not. I mean, there is a choice here. Nine of Pentacles, stay single, mingle and meet a soulmate perhaps. Two of Cups, follow your heart, be in a high-level commitment, reunite with this person. So I feel like you have some options over the next coming weeks. I mean, your person, they've got the Child. Now, in the LENORMAND deck, this represents new start, new beginning. So I feel this person is going to try and reach out and say, look, we owe it to each other to try again or have a new beginning, okay? Because the Four of Cups can be that this person is going to surprise you. They want to surprise you, that they've been thinking about you. They've been trying to process some emotions. They are very sensitive. They are in their emotions. They are trying to let go of the past. The Moon card is to let go of feelings, but it can also be that it's been a long process because one needs to discover the root cause. And when you can do that, that's when you can step up and really let go. So I feel with number 13, which is the Death card energy, it feels that this person really wants to end a chapter of their life, and they want to take accountability and responsibility, and they want to start again. But also I feel this person is breaking an old habit, and they're going to tell you about something from childhood that really has influenced how they operated in love their whole life. And I feel this card can also indicate that they're going to try and be really playful and open-hearted with you, but it is innocent banter is what I'm seeing. I don't feel like this person has an agenda when they reach out to you. I don't feel like they intend to come in and sort of like take your feelings for granted and leave. I really don't feel that way, because this is a purity card, which means this person wants to, you know, come forward and say, look, I messed up. I regret it. I have some things I need to say to you, and you can either want to hear them or not. It's up to you. That's your prerogative. So I do feel that this person, you know, deep down they know that they're meant to be with you, okay? Because this is symbolic of the crown chakra, which is to know. This person knows that, you know, you just feel better to be with. You know, I really feel like no matter where this person has gone, no matter what experiences they've had, nothing compares to you. That's the energy I'm getting from this person. Now, we do have the Two of Cups, which is an outcome card, and it indicates a high-level commitment, sharing knowledge, sharing time together. You know, it's also about love and friendship and reciprocity, and there must be reciprocity in this for it to work, because if it's one-sided, it's always going to fall apart and repeat a cycle. And, you know, I feel that you're in like an in-between stage, my beautiful Scorpio, where you're watching the old you kind of like put one foot into the new you, and it's almost like the old part of you would suddenly go, yes, you want to connect to this, you'd be tempted. But the new you is very much not like that at all. The new you is less responsive, is kind of like more observant and saying, I will watch the actions. Do they speak louder than words? And if not, I feel like you're not connecting to this at this time. And, you know, it's always important to accept people as they are, but place them where they belong in your life. And I feel this is, you know, you teaching this person about boundaries and kind of highlighting you're not an option to them. You're the choice. You're it. You're all or nothing. And I feel that this is an opportunity for them to step up or step out in the next coming weeks. I would say because we've got the Two of Cups there, some of you may actually get a message from this person on Valentine's Day, and you may be a little bit cross with this because you haven't heard from this person, but I do see that their intentions are pure, okay? We do have the Nine of Pentacles there as well, so it can indicate that both of you, there still needs to be a period of solitude, a separation period there. But I feel both of you, it's like, can you remain independent and free, but also together, you know, because these feelings of kind of merging with each other, it can feel like you're losing your sense of self. And that's what I feel has happened in this connection, especially with this person that you're dealing with, okay? It's like, being with you, they thought about giving up their career. They thought about giving up their sense of ambition, settling down, when actually they could have had it all, okay? But there's something in this person where they felt like maybe they had to give something up in order to be in a high-level commitment. And I feel that's not true. You know, the right relationship will be all-consuming, but also encompass all aspects of life. Friendships, independence, freedom, all of those things. That's a healthy relationship. But I feel this person has been taught that it's not that way. And I feel like they have to break that cycle of repeat there. So I do see that there's a choice. Will you see your person again? Two of Cups tells me you're going to reunite. You're going to spend time with each other. And I feel there is a lot of love here, but there's also a lot of friendship. So perhaps you and this person, you may even discover that, and this is your choice, not, you know, me influencing the energy, because Two of Cups and a Nine of Pentacles can indicate, are you better off as friends? Can you create a space where you can sort of like entertain friendship there? I feel a lot of you, because there's so much passion there, I feel actually, you know, there's a lot of chemistry. It will be hard to just be friends. I feel more than anything, both of you want to be lovers. You want to be in a loving, loyal relationship, you know? So I feel this card literally presents itself as the real only option. But if either of you go down that Nine of Pentacles route, which is to be single and free, then it can be that you are fully cutting this person off and you're not going back. Okay, because I feel it's too hard for both of you to try and do that. Now, that's just what the energy is giving me right now. I'm not saying that you can't be friends with exes at all. Not at all. I'm friends with exes, you know, but it depends on the dynamic of the relationship. So that's coming out strongly there. I'm just going to go and get some final cards for you. Interesting. Flipped that card right over there. We have heartbreak and we have true love. So, you know, I do feel an energy that you and this person, I feel actually both of you have been brokenhearted before or let down in the past before you met each other. And I feel both of you kind of understand each other's pain. I mean, I literally said that a moment ago. No one will ever compare to you. And that's something that I feel very strongly in this person's energy towards you, for sure. And they may even tell you this, okay? We've also got, I fear you will move away from me. that you'll drift, that you'll move away. And that is coming up. That's the ebb and flow of the moon energy with this person. That's one of their fears, that they're not enough, that eventually when you discover the real them, and I feel like you have discovered the real them. You're very intuitive. You know who this person is. Deep down, sometimes you feel how they feel before they even admit how they feel. So I feel like you know who this person is, and you love them despite their flaws. And that's the measure of love, to fall in love with people's imperfections. You know, no one's ever perfect, but I feel this person, there's something about them, maybe perfection or perfectionism. It's like they feel that when you really discover the real them, you'll be disappointed, because that Four of Cups is a disappointment card. And I feel like they just thought they couldn't live up to something that actually you never asked of them. So I feel in that is where the healing will lie, okay? Now, of course, we've got heartbreak there. So I do feel that this relationship, whilst you've withdrawn from this or you're trying to cut this, off, I feel you've left a piece of your heart with this person. There's still love there. There's still passion, okay? It's number 43, and when you reduce it, 4 plus 3, of course, is 7. And this is to move on. And, you know, it can indicate that heartbreak isn't always avoidable, but one must embrace love, because if you don't, you'll miss out. You'll lose out protecting yourself. So may as well get busy. You know, there's a famous saying, I don't like it myself, I'm a Scorpio as well, I don't like it. But anyway, it's coming up right now, so I have to honor it. It's like, better to have loved and lost than never loved at all. And I feel like you have loved, my beautiful Scorpio, and you have lost. But does that mean you're not going to love again? No, it doesn't. So whether you decide to go for a soulmate, because some of you, I feel there's an invitation coming on in where you may meet a new person if you want to meet a new person there. But it depends on what you want. That's your prerogative. Everyone's going to be different. It's going to be half of you saying, no, I want my twin flame. And the other half will be like, no way, I don't want to go towards my twin flame. I want new. Okay, so please apply it to your situation. But we do have true love. And I feel you and this person, you have experienced true love in its form. And it is raw, and it is passionate, and it is fearful, and it is all-consuming, and it is wonderful, and it is painful, and it is all of those things. But I feel you and this person, you can love again. There is true love there, and I feel, you know, once you both come towards each other and understand each other's viewpoint and not sweep things under the carpet, it has to be revealed. This person has to take accountability of actions and give you clear communication about what is going on here and why they've removed themselves or run away from their feelings or avoided something, and only then can you get past it. But there is true love here. You know, we've got those two cards, Two of Cups, true love. You've got a King of Wands and a Queen of Wands. There's a lot of cards in this reading to highlight that there are real feelings here, that both of you feel like you're a match. And we've got those two cards. I'll just show you again. They're side by side. So I fear you will move away from me. That's what they fear. And no one will ever compare to you. So will you hear from this person? I feel the majority of you will actually hear from this person. And how you deal with it then is up to you both. But ultimately, I feel there is a choice. Be together or be apart. I don't feel that this is make or break. Okay, but I do see that there's going to be a reunion of sorts with you and this person. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a loom before we close. Okay. I just heard the words kindness, grace, okay, so that just came out there. Now we have the Lion, okay, which is to be bold and daring. Of course, maybe some of you are dealing with a Leo as well, but we have that King of Wands energy, which is, of course, Aries energy, and we have the Queen of Wands, which is Leo energy. So this can just literally mean like a passionate, fiery, instinctive, raw, authentic relationship where, you know, the Lion tends to connect to the Strength card, which is like facing fears. So this person has to just step up and face a fear there and conquer something. We've also got the Anchor, which is to, of course, anchor emotions. Also, not to be afraid to lower the anchor. And, you know, I feel this person, there's part of them that feels like you are home, but I feel they have been drifting. And now as they mature, it's time for them to really think about where they belong. You know, the anchor is symbolic of safety. in a relationship. And whilst we will never get a guarantee of safety in a relationship, you know, consistency is the key to step up and show up for each other every single day and choose each other every single day. And then there will be, of course, security in the relationship. I mean, the anchor also represents long term, okay? And finally, we've got the emotions, the water ruin. So this is an indication. This person's going to tell you they have very vivid dreams about you. So you're both going to discuss a very vivid dream. You may have even dreamt of each other on the same night. And I feel there's going to be a conversation about that, okay? But I really get an energy of both of you need to be open. I mean, I feel like you have been pretty open, my beautiful Scorpio, but I feel this person needs to meet you halfway. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. Very complex, of course, but then we're all very complex humans. And if you would also like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is envisage the earth in a golden healing light. Okay, and that's all I ask of you. And when you've done that, please, in the comments box below, put an emoji of a world and a heart, and I'll enter you into a competition to win a free personal reading from me. If you don't have access to emojis, then please just use words, world and heart, and I will still enter you into that competition, and I'll announce the winner around about the 3rd week of February there. And yeah, if collectively we do it, we can make a difference with the vibrations in the world. Okay, so thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.